Hey, what's up, guys? So this will be my final uh, letter C video for my death metal collection with my vinyl stuff. So the next band up is Cognitive. This is their album Deformity, and it came out in 2016. Here's the boring sleeve with no pictures of the band or anything, and the just as boring plain orange, not even transparent vinyl that it came on. That being said, the music is not boring, and I suppose it's cool for not being on just plain black vinyl, but honestly, if you're just going to use a plain color, you might as well make it just plain black and let people that are buying it save a couple dollars, because it is more expensive for some reason to use a solid colored plastic crystal to make the record than for the plain black PVC that they use. Makes no sense. Plastic is plastic. It shouldn't matter what color it is, in my opinion. Whatever. Moving on. Their next album that I have by Cognitive is Matricide. Cover's got a lot of details in it. They're pretty cool. There's the back. And this album, there was a bunch of lineup changes. And I think there may be lineup changes on their newest album they have as well. I don't have it to compare the lineup of who's actually on the album, but these guys seem to be a band that change members frequently. So yes, they do have a current new album out. I don't have that one yet, though. And this one came out in 2018. So the next up and the final artist in my death metal vinyl collection, under the letter C, we have the mighty Canadian originators, Cryptopsy. Hell yeah. I've seen these guys live 2 times with their original vocalist, Lord Worm. Both times the shows were absolutely devastating. Their new stuff sucks. So they put out 2 albums with their original vocalist, Lord Worm. There he is right there. And they were masterpieces. This one, Blasphemy Made Flesh, and the next one, None So Vile. This one came out in 1994. It's on just plain black vinyl. So he was with the band for those 2 albums, and he left because, I'm not really sure. He teaches English in school, so he's a teacher as well, so maybe it was a money thing. I don't know. But he left, and Mike DeSalvo came in to replace him on the next 2 albums after None So Vile, and then he left the band for who knows why, and Lord Worm came back to record 1 album with them and to tour, and they played None So Vile at all of the shows in its entirety front to back, and that was awesome. They did that for, I think, the first time I saw them, and then the second time I saw them was just a normal set list. But after he left again, they got this new guy called Matt Magachi, and he's nothing special in my opinion. He offers nothing innovative to the vocal delivery of the band. The music has gone downhill big time. They no longer have what's that dude's name? John Levasseur. He was the main songwriter that came up with the Smokin' stuff for Cryptopsy, and they had another dude named Alex Auburn come in for the Then You'll Beg album, and he was all right, but then he left the band afterwards, and the dudes that they have to play guitar in the band now, honestly, like, I'm not impressed anymore, like, with the stuff that they make. When you're a band that's as good as Cryptopsy and you set the bar that high quality wise, uh, everybody's going to be hyper aware if you don't meet those expectations. You have to meet at least the bar, if not exceed it, every time. That's the risk you run by making like masterpiece albums. Everything you make afterwards that isn't is going to be compared to that masterpiece, unfortunately. And so I have no use for Cryptopsy anymore because I don't like the new vocalist and I don't like the songs. They're just not up to par, in my opinion. So anyway, that was Blasphemy Made Flesh, their debut album. It came out in 1994. The follow-up and the next with Lord Worm is None So Vile. This is probably like in their entire discography, this seems to be like the fan favorite. Most people that like Cryptopsy claim that to be their favorite album by the band. It is a good record, so, you know, it's probably Lord Worm's best album with the band. So if they weren't fans of Mike DeSalvo or the new guy, then yeah, it's definitely the strongest Lord Worm album. So this one came out in 1996. Then Lord Worm left and Mike DeSalvo came in. And this is the album that introduced me to Cryptopsy from VW and BK's sampler. I heard the song White Worms, and it was amazing. The snare drum attack on here, it sounds like he's hitting like with a sledgehammer. He's hitting so hard on those blasts, and it's just like, wow, the intensity was amazing. Drums definitely stand out on this album. And the guitar riffs were like ripping all over the place, solos flying left and right with very advanced techniques, and it's very hard to play Cryptopsy songs on your guitar, even when you've been playing for like 30 years. So the musicianship level is just totally phenomenal, and I'm just super proud that they're a Canadian band. Definitely like helping to shine the light and fly the flag for Canada as a death metal nation, for sure. So that album came out in 1998. And then the last album they made with Mike DeSalvo was 2000's And Then You'll Beg. There's the cover, and then the back. I had this on CD back in the day. There was some other artwork. There was a shot of the band and some other stuff in the CD booklet that got left off. Honestly, I think for the back side of this vinyl, they should have decided to use the shot of the band members rather than that shot that they did decide to use. Sorry about that. But what are you going to do? You can buy newer pressings of this album. When I bought this was the only variant available for the album on vinyl. Since then, Cosmic Key has the rights to make this album available on vinyl, and it has the original complete CD artwork in it, and it also has some pretty sexy looking variants. Like I saw a Splatter, and the plain black one's alright, and I think there was another one too, possibly a Swirl. Anyways, the good thing about Cosmic Key is they usually, if they have the rights to license something, they usually make multiple pressings until the band rescinds the permission for you to press the album and gives the rights to somebody else. So, and they have reasonable prices on their vinyl too. So if you haven't heard of them, Cosmic Key Creations, and if you're on Discogs, the username is VinylFroIndie. Check them out. That's their Discogs account, and you can find decent death metal and black metal for a fair price and relatively low shipping costs. And the dude that owns the place, Wooter, he's a good dude to talk to, and he legitimately, like, he cares about giving good quality product. You can check them out if you want to follow what they're up to on their actual website, but they also have a presence on Instagram and Facebook.